So the WEPF World Masters champion, and he's taking on Clayton Castaldi, who's the WEPF World Champion. They both won those titles in Morocco almost a year ago, and relevant right now as the World Championships gets underway next week. Both these guys will be looking to retain their titles and maybe add to it as well, but it is Declan to get us underway. Didn't quite hit that as crisply as he can, but he'll take that result, and good opening opportunity for Declan. Yellow's the choice, obvious problem ball though, in the middle there of the reds. Look to try and break that out pretty early. A couple of ways to do it, centre pocket and bottom corner pocket. Going bottom corner, you'd like to do two cushions rather than one, but that line might not quite be on, difficult to tell. Decides to play on it, needs it to pull up. Oh, we've already heard from the guys that played on the table already today, this table is playing like lightning, and straight away Declan just overruns it. Excellent stuff. That recovers the situation nicely. Acknowledged as well from Clayton. Yeah, left way too much angle here. He's going to have a problem. Also got to be careful to pop this clean. If you nudge the yellow at all, you are in trouble. He holds on the yellow, but puts the 8 ball safe. Fully in trouble now. Every chance we'll see the world champion in action in this frame. I thought once Declan had recovered earlier on, it was going to be a fairly plain sailing route through to win this opening frame, but couldn't be further from that. And in the end, he just decides to hand the table over without fouling. No hope of making it in that way. Pretty good layout for Clayton to get going here. All the yellows off the table, let the Q arm loose and get going. Played the best of positional shots there. Just getting himself into a little bit of a sticky area here. Does not want to leave the red up the table as his last ball. Doesn't have a good angle now to go up for the one up the top of the table. So I think he probably has to accept what he's got. Maybe drop this one in, then take the one at the top and use the red at the bottom to get to the 8 ball. He's going to play up for it now, and which probably is the right way, because if you take the one at the table now, it's obviously a tough pot, but you leave yourself half ball on the red that you're nearest to, you can't then hold on to the 8 ball, so has to go and leave the one at the top last, but really isn't a good last ball with the layout he had. Landed on it straight enough, thanks to that little bump that he can just... He'll be on the 8 ball wherever he leaves it, really, but just how good on it will he be? Nicely done. Dealt with that little problem at the top and gets the opening frame on the board. Back to our match. Clayton for his first break. As I welcome Stephen Jameson back into commentary to join me for this one. And what a break that is for you to rejoin us on.
Yeah, merci. What a break from Clayton Castaldi. Bringing a bit of culture to the Ultimate Pool Pro Series, man from Malta, with an absolute belter, and it's a decent opportunity as well. Yellows look really, really presentable, but the one at the top of the table, it goes, but it just needs figuring out, because it could do with a connector. I suspect it will be his last ball, but this is all there. Just got to work it out and control that cue ball nicely.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like it as a last ball, and you just drop it in and you've got the 8 ball waiting. Helps if the one that's just above the cue ball now, if that passed to top left, that helps. The other option with the one top right is to take it early, which is what he's looking at. Just have a quick glance at it. Does he take it now and you're guaranteed to be on balls down the table? No, decides to come down the table straight away. Keeps looking at the one to top right. He obviously wants to get it taken away early, but he's not guaranteed to land on the next ball when he plays this.
That's probably come out about as well as he might have hoped, really. It's just not ideal.
Yeah, he's off angle here.
It's not absolutely terrible, but his big issue now is the yellow, well, the furthest north yellow, because its natural pocket you feel of the next couple of shots would be right middle, but that's not available. Yeah, that's not going to go. He tried to hold.
Yeah, I don't think that shot was on. What he's trying to do there is pot that and hold, and if he makes the potting angle, the cue ball pots the yellow over the left centre at the same time. A couple of maybe poor decisions really in the end from Clayton. I think if he had that layout again, he might review and go a different way, but just what Declan wanted to see after making the mistake himself in the opening frame. Opportunity to make it 1-1 straight away.
Could be a big couple of weeks for Declan Brennan. First glimpse on the stream table today of a player who I think will be a bona fide contender in every event for the next 2 weeks. Both Pro Series, the Masters, the World Championship, the Shootout, the teams, the doubles. He will be one of the favourites just about every one of those competitions.
Agreed. And it was quite deep into Morocco when before he wasn't, he was on course, wasn't he, to win all 5 at one point. He was tracking well. Obviously did take down the Masters World Team Shootout and the World Team Championships. Obviously came up just short in the final of the doubles. lost in the quarterfinals of the World Championships as well.
Wow, that's a surprise, to say the least.
Yeah, 2 big errors from Declan Brennan early in this match. Positional error in the previous frame. Regulation missed pot here in this frame. Yeah, okay, you want it to be straighter on it, but you don't expect Declan to miss balls like that. And it's an absolute gift for Clayton.
Get the sense for Clayton Castaldi that if you were going to play Declan Brennan, first game of the tournament, Colds, is probably the best time to get him. And the Castle towers ahead 2-0.
Catching early scoreline. Oh, and the dry break adds to Declan's woes. He hit this break so well that he turned away quickly to go and get his playing cue. He hit that so good, he knew he was going to make a ball. And in walking away, you're kind of listening for that rattle of a ball dropping, and it never came for him.
Painful for Decky. And a third straight chance for Clayton Castaldi.
It's not an easy chance though. You've got problems on both sides of the table. Sort of chance that if you're in full swing and you're playing some good stuff, you really fancy taking out, but it's far from a guarantee. I think this visit to the table right now will give us a better sense of how Clayton's feeling than winning the opening 2 frames, because he didn't do a huge amount in winning them. A mop-up job and 2 chances in the second. So
well, that's exactly what you want sometimes, just to settle you in.
Perfect way to settle in.
You know, because Clayton's had a few experiences on this main arena table now in the Pro Series main events. And it's fair to say he's had a couple of quite chastening experiences. We know from speaking to him earlier on in the year that he's trying not to put too much pressure on himself and just use it almost as a fact-finding mission more than anything else. That's worked out all right for him. And I think that's probably the right way to be, but at some point he is the world champion. He's going to want to have a run. And what better way to get yourself into shape to do that than by starting off with a big win. Easiest way to do that is starting off with some nice easy chances against a good player. Get the confidence up, get the feel for the table there. Lovely.
Oh, that's brilliant. That could not have come out nicer for him. He still has an issue. The question is, does he take the double? He's quite high on it, so maybe not now. Is it worth the risk? Could he screw into the red? That's the problem ball and just bump it over the middle. The problem is it could end up playing the 2 balls on the cushion back to back, which is a problem. So he's come back for the double. There wasn't really a good way of going there to try and deal with the 2 at the bottom and get above the red to take it down to the bottom of the table. So I agree with the double as being the option. A few rolls high.
Oh, what a shot. Yeah, cheers. Fantastic.
It's come out really nice as well.
He cued that in quite a strange way, I thought. Not necessarily strange for anyone else, but quite differently to how Clayton would usually cue the ball.
I was expecting him to not play the screw shot and go into the red. I thought he was just good. I thought he might have an issue holding. I thought he might try and maybe target the yellow or the red, yellow or the 8-ball, because the 8-ball's tough to get on. Or not that he's made it look tough. He's played a beautiful shot there.
Well, what a visit to the table from the Castle. Oh, bang. What a start for Malta's finest, the reigning world champion. But I think the expectation will be at minimum to put up a decent fight in the defence of. You know, if he goes out in an earlier stage, but he's been part of a war against a brilliant player, then you know you can you can take that. But he won't want to go out with a whimper. Castle's flying. He got a little bit of luck off the break. Cue ball was a Cadbury's parrot.
Yeah, it bounced out, didn't he? It was very fortunate. It's actually quite jarring how poor his break was, considering how good his first break was. He won't care if he clears up, but he's got to play a good shot here.
Nudge, yeah, that's nice.
Couldn't come out better.
That's really, really nice. This yellow actually slides underneath the reds at the bottom of the table as well. It looks tight from our main camera, but it's comfy.
That was a lovely way to play that shot. It looked like he was loading up to really kind of make it fizz, but he just played it at a beautiful pace, allowing the spin to grip so he could get low of the middle pocket. And the nudge is, well, it's a delightful one.
Well, we've talked about it before. You'd never ever teach Clayton's cue action, but it works for him, and that's the most important thing. And you know, we talked about it a lot in Morocco last year. It's something we've spoken to a lot of the top players about. There's a masterclass on the Ultimate Pool app with Gareth Potts talking about cue actions, and he says the best thing is to make it as repeatable as possible so it stands up under pressure. And it's safe to say in that final against Josh Kane there were moments when it absolutely did not.
Yeah.
But I think the more that Clayton's playing in these big matches against the big players, he's getting more used to the idea of playing under pressure, and it's becoming less for him. I mean, look at this for a performance so far. The Castle is absolutely flying. 4-0 up against Declan Brennan. He's yet to make a mistake, and that is another superb out from the Maltese world champion. Tom Cousins has just begun his assault on another Pro Series title. He's 1-0 up against Ryan Fleming. Josh Kane 4-3 up on Chris Hampson. Aaron Davies on the hill against Eddie Barker at 6-3. Sean Sharkey's just gone 6-4 up against Scott Gillespie. Matt Cook and David McNamara are Desmond. Kyle Cope 4-1 up against Ronan McCarthy. And Chris Day 2-0 up against Carl Sutton. As Declan Brennan gets his break to go.
Makes the ball, tricky layout. If you're feeling really good, you can make a case for the double straight away, and that opens everything up. If you wanted to go yellows, could go reds. A bit awkward first ball, but I think yellows is the way here. He did have a look. If there is room to pop the yellow into the left centre, it might pop the red out, so you might be able to play on to the yellow down the table. So it's not all lost here.
I think that's the plan, because Decky's never ashamed or indeed afraid to go after a difficult first ball. If it's the right shot, it's the right shot, is his mantra. And see here, he feels like he's got the room for it. I'd be inclined to agree.
This can go wrong though. You can get the wrong contact in it and just make it worse, not better. Such a big shot in this match for him. He was able to slide by it, but he's not come far enough.
Well, it's not game over, but his next two shots are difficult. I say the next two. The first one probably isn't too hard unless he tries to do something, really do a lot with the cue ball. But his shot after that could be very difficult indeed. I think because of bridging over the red, he has to take his medicine on the next one.
Too far again, I think.
No, I think he's okay.
It's just pulled up.
That's a really, really, really good shot.
I couldn't see him get. If he's on it, I couldn't see him getting this good on it. He's not on it. He's having to bend it. Oh, that's fabulous. He's not on the 8 ball, I don't think. Or is he? No.
It's tight.
Oh dear.
It's a bend. 2 in a row. What an out for Declan Brennan that is. That is naughty pull from the Northern Irishman. Well, wouldn't you know it. His last break, Clayton Castaldi, he skewered all over the table and the white came back up and he took out a great finish. This one he hits absolutely plumb perfect. Watch the cue ball. Cheers. Thank you. You can't be too cross, Clayton. Yeah. We all saw the last one. Sometimes these things do have a weird habit of just evening themselves out.
Yeah, that's he should have gone in off on the last one. That one absolutely should not have done, but it's happened. It's exactly what Declan wanted to see. An opportunity here to go 4-2, and he'll be thinking 4-3.
At 4-2, Declan's break, it's an entirely different game.
Not a lot that can go wrong in this finish, really. The connections are pretty good. Just decide whether you want to get rid of the red right centre next or leave it for last ball. He wants it next by the looks of things. Just gone maybe a touch further than he would have ideally liked, but it's not really a problem. Pick the pocket, drop it in dead weight. Sort of layout where you fully expect a top professional to get out every time, but Declan's made it look particularly easy.
So Brennan back on the break. He threw everything at that. He threw too much at it. Trish Murphy takes that catch in the slips. and hands over the cue ball to Clayton Castaldi, who doesn't just get cue ball in hand behind the line because that ball went off the table. He gets cue ball in hand anywhere on the table, which is such an advantage at this stage of a frame. We should just say as well, a very good afternoon or a good evening or a good morning, depending on whenever you are in the world, to our followers watching us live on Facebook currently. You're watching the Ultimate Pool Pro Series 5. And you're watching the reigning world champion Clayton Castaldi, who started brilliantly in this game, 4-0 up against the reigning world master Declan Brennan. We are live all weekend with the Ultimate Pool Series. We've got Pro Series 5 and 6 this weekend, as well as the Women's Pro Series, Challenger Series and the Women's Challenger Series as well. Loads and loads of pool coming up for you over the course of the next few days. Then on Monday we're turning our attention to the Women's World Team Shootout. And from Tuesday onwards, it's the World Championships, which incorporate the World Team Championships, the World Singles, the World Masters, the Seniors, the Juniors. Every trophy under the sun will be lifted in Blackpool over the course of the next fortnight. And if you're watching us on Facebook and you are not subscribed to the Ultimate Pool app, there has never been a better time to do just that. With the combination of the amount you are getting for the next few weeks alone, plus our summer offer, just simply has never been a better time to join. You can get Summer 5, your first month of your Ultimate Pool subscription, for just £5. Summer 20 will get you £20 off an annual pass. You can catch all of the action on Ultimate Pool TV. It is all happening over this summer of pool. It doesn't stop with the Worlds. We've got the European Open, the Masters, Counter Team Shootout, all coming up over the course of the next 8 weeks or so. We are busy, busy, busy. And also busy is Clayton Castaldi in this visit. He's gone through these nicely.
Controlled that beautifully as well. A sort of shot that could go wrong and leave it half awkward to land nicely on the 8 ball, but he's played it to perfection.
Well, Clayton Castaldi, without question here, is playing to a world champion level.
Not the best of hits this time for Clayton. His first break was very good, his second break was poor, his third break was very good, and his fourth break's poor. He's sort of very inconsistent with the breaks so far.
It's the only thing that's sort of going wrong, if you like, for him, because he's playing open tables, been brilliant.
Yeah, I should
not exactly been rolling the finishes in, they've been really good.
Yeah, I should clarify that the third break was very good. He was very unluckily kicked in off, just going off the quality of the strike. The split's good though, and chance for Declan to get another one back here. I wonder if he was playing on the plant and he's just come too far down the table. Just may have been in his mind, because if you get right behind it, you should make it, and then the work in the frame is essentially done. He's had a couple of glances at it as he's walking around the table. He could just play on the bottom one, but then he's got to work his way back to get on top of it again. He could top underneath it, actually, take it top right potentially. Oh no.
That is a bad one. He wanted to be on this yellow to the bottom left, and he knew straight away that he'd played a bad one.
Oh, I think he gets a massive kick. I think it throws wide because he got the kick. He wasn't playing to try and get onto it top right, but he was playing to get onto the yellow to then get onto the next one. I think potentially top right, and that's really hurting. If he's not on it, he's got a problem. And the way he's talking, it looks like he's not on it.
Had to turn it in. How well's he played that? He's had a couple of those shots today. He's having to work pretty hard, Declan Brennan. Interesting that he's turned down that yellow, so he obviously feels like he can get back above it, and he can, using this angle right here.
Yeah, I just think he felt it was a bit too much angle. who's going to go into the red and not guaranteed to not snooker himself, or not snooker himself on the ball he's just potted. And if you can get above it, better too, because it makes it easier getting onto the 8 ball.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Oh, mark that one down. Another error from Declan. I was only watching the cue ball here. I thought he'd just potted the cue ball straight away, but misses the pot.
Oh, it's a couple of just really, really surprising misses. That we're just not used to seeing. Clayton's got a shot to play here. I think he's going to go loss of turn, but he's got to be really cute with the white. Is he going to try and glue it to this red? Or is he going to sit it still? He's going to sit it still. Can Declan get this moving towards a pocket? I think it's difficult. Maybe the one cushion up towards top right. Looks to be the way. He takes it for a ride. It wasn't close, it wasn't far away from that middle pocket, but he scratches for good measure. Shake of the head from the destroyer, as well he might. Could be a very, very frustrating game at times, but the thing that'll be annoying Declan the most will be the mistakes. Sometimes it's frustrating because you feel like you don't get the chances to win, and that in its own way is inherently very annoying. But Declan will be boiling because he's made 3 mistakes and he's left 3 frames out there, and that is essentially Clayton's lead.
Yeah, I mean he's going to be 6-2 down here, and these 3 frames he should have won. They're not mistakes that, they're not frames he's had chances to win in. They're frames he knows he should have won in his own mind, the mistakes he's made in them. So if you've kind of turned those around, all of a sudden put 3 on Declan's score and take 3 off Clayton's, it's a completely different match. Clayton's taken out 2 very good first visit finishes in the match, but he's also been doing quite a bit of this, and that's just mopping up.
Oh, that's a bad shot though. He's landed nowhere. There was something for short or for long there, but not for right here. And he's just almost been left undecided, not committed either way, and has given himself a really difficult shot. No need for it. Be 2 feet short or 2 feet long. This is missable. Great recovery. Great recovery. Declan's absolutely flushed that break. Can't really hit it much better. I cannot believe that is dry. I'm staggered. Absolutely staggered. You just watch Declan there, he's almost resigned to it. But I am blown away by the fact that's dry. That should, and I don't want to talk him in before Clayton has made this clearance, but that should really be that. Yeah,
Just
it's the only real shot that he had to play, and now they're just wide open for the castle.
Yeah, if you're looking for problems here, you're struggling. These are very good.
Yeah, Declan's comfy in that chair right now.
I guess he's just got to play a couple of shots in the middle, just make sure you get the order right. Drop this in, then left centre, and then you're going up the table. He's looking at trying to do more here, so he doesn't like dropping this in and leaving the left centre. I'm not sure he needed to do that, in all honesty, and he's Well, he's not, first glance, he's not on anything here. He can click this one in, so he's okay, but the cue ball's running a little loose. And he's back in prime position. Maybe not exactly how he controlled it, but he won't care, he's perfect.
I think that's been the impressive thing about Clayton's performance, is when he has potentially made a mistake and he's ran a little bit loose with position, or he's just landed the wrong side, he's got himself back in shape really, really well. He can't always play absolutely perfect, but he's still finding a way to get out, and he's doing it in some style.
Played 2 or 3 really good touch shots in the middle, and then a couple of loose positional shots as well. But I agree with you, he's recovered well. He's found a way to make finishes. The two finishes in the middle of the match were very impressive.
Clayton Castaldi 2 pots away from what will be a big victory for him. He has landed just about as awkwardly as he possibly could on this yellow, because he hampered queuing over the 8 ball. Just becomes missable.
Yeah, hampered queuing, and he may have to screw this on and off the cushion as well. I'm not sure you can top spit this because they're red at the bottom. Perfect.
Played that beautifully. McCastle about to claim a famous win.
The world champion beats the world masters champion. A brilliant performance from Clayton Castaldi. Just that one small error early on. Other than that, it was flawless. Punished everything that went wrong for Declan Brennan, who will have to come back in event 6.